What if I told you the content you've already made and posted to Instagram could be your most profitable content on the most profitable platform in 2024? In this video, I'm gonna reveal my step-by-step Instagram ads blueprint for how we drive maximum ROAS in every single account we're running right now. And we're gonna do this using all completely free content that you have already produced and already posted. Here's an account that we're running right now with this exact strategy. We spent $27,000 in spend over the last 30 days to drive 493 purchases at a $54 cost per acquisition to drive $90,000 in revenue. That means they're driving a 3.35 ROAS with this strategy that I'm about to break down. The very first thing you need to do is go into your Facebook Ads Manager and click create new campaign, and then go down to sales campaign, continue. Do not select an Advantage Plus shopping campaign. Select a manual sales campaign and click continue. Name your campaign. The only thing we need to do is select Advantage campaign budget and then set our budget. In this case, we're just going to set $100 a day, but really set it to whatever your budget is. It's totally fine either way. For our campaign bid strategy, we're going to be using highest volume or value. However, if you are running cost caps or bid caps in your account already, I would suggest using cost caps or bid caps for this as well. Moving on to the ad set, we are then going to name this broad posts, which is going to serve as our broad interest group or just our broad targeting group. If you have over $500 in budget, I would recommend creating a few different ad sets here, potentially one or two interests and maybe even a lookalike if you want to, but definitely you need to have a broad ad set that is most important. Scrolling down to the settings, in this case, we are going to use website and shop, but it is okay if you just use website, and make sure you select your correct commerce account. Make sure your attribution setting is 7-day click, 1-day view, and then move on down a little bit. Your location should be set to wherever you are targeting. In this case, it's the United States, minimum age of 18 for us. And then we are not going to select an audience. We're just going to let Facebook figure it out for this case. For placements, we are using Advantage Plus placements, and we are not changing any of these inventory filters. When you are creating an ad, 9 out of 10 times, what you would do is you would click this button here and says create ad, and then you would go through either creating your catalog or doing a manual upload. When you're doing this, you are actually injecting new creative, you're injecting new posts into the Facebook platform. In this case, we're going to be doing something totally different, and it actually is very similar to boosting a post on Instagram, except you're guiding it for conversion based, not for just reach. We're gonna click this drop down and click use existing post. Then what you're gonna wanna do is go down to change post, go to your Instagram. Very important, do not go to Facebook, go to your Instagram, filter by feed. And then what you're gonna see is actually a complete list of every single post that you have had on Instagram forever. The key part here is you wanna find the highest engaging posts that you've ever posted in the last few months. Avoid giveaways, avoid sales. All we need to do here is take the posts that are best performing within your feed. I'm just going to use this photo here. We're going to click continue, and all we need to do is enter our website. So I'm going to go to this brand's website, copy the URL and paste it over here. We'll have the shop set up because we did select website and shop, so we could select our destination. If you need to change this, please do. For placements, everything could stay here. And then when we go down to this Advantage Plus creative, just click edit here. Relevant comments are fine. Text improvements are fine, but we do not want visual touch-ups to be selected, so we can click save. And then the last piece is just making sure your tracking is set up properly. So have your website events or your offline events, depending on what you're tracking with, and then make sure you import your URL parameters from a different ad to make sure they match. So we're going to paste our URL parameters down here. The core of what we just did here is we repurposed an Instagram post that has thousands of likes and hundreds of comments into an ad. The value is that all of those comments, all of that engagement actually sticks to this post. So now when you're running an ad, you have a huge advantage that would potentially take hundreds and if not thousands of dollars to actually get to this point of engagement. You have massive amounts of social proof on your picture or on your image or even on your video here, which is going to put your ad way ahead in the auction. Because imagine this, your Instagram feed is mostly filled with your existing fans, with people who like your business, existing buyers, and they're likely commenting positive things. You also have the advantage of monitoring to make sure that people aren't commenting negative things. What we can do is we have hundreds of positive comments so that when someone sees your ad for the first time, if they've never heard of your brand, all they see is positive comments on your ad. We don't have to actually create new creative. You are literally just taking the posts that are on your Instagram. First off, we want to name this properly. We'll just call it post 1. The next thing is use nearly every single ad that you have. Don't pick and choose ads based on what you think are going to perform. One of the most magical things about this setup is that you have a diversity of creative. You have creative that you normally wouldn't run in ads, and then you could find new winners from it and then make iterations of those winners. For example, I'm going to go to feed. I'm going to use this first carousel here. If I'm honest, I would not have picked this as an ad. I can't show you guys the exact creative that's running here, but this ad doesn't necessarily represent the brand too clearly. It's not going to harm us if we're running dozens of different ads in the same audience, because Facebook's going to figure out which ones are most likely to convert. So what's really key here is don't worry if you have 5, 10, even 15 ads in the same ad set. What you just need to worry about is having a volume of diverse ads that you're using completely for free and trying to figure out what could work. One of the best parts about this is, let's say the ad that I have on my screen right now is working super well, and it's an ad I would have never on my own posted or created. We now have an understanding of a new concept that we can create ads for that could ultimately drive more scale to the account. Just to put this into another example, let's use Stanley. Stanley cups have blown up over the last year. They're one of the most marketable products that are on the market right now. If we look at their Instagram feed, I would say they're heavily underutilizing the creative that they have available to us. So Stanley, give me a call. But when we look at this, I would see right away that there's a combination of product imagery and UGC. If we compare this to the Facebook ads library for Stanley, we're going to see a huge discrepancy. You can see they have very polished imagery. Everything looks beautiful across the board, and it's very, very standard. They're not running much UGC. This shocks me for a brand that has leaned so hard into social media in the last year. I would guarantee if they took every single one of these posts and pushed them into an ad set, you can very quickly see how different what we're seeing here is compared to what we're seeing here. These are completely different products running and different images and different videos that are running. If we were to take one by one each of these single assets and put them in our campaign, A, we're going to reach completely different audiences because each creative speaks to slightly different people. We're going to show diversity of content, and C, there's actually opportunities for us to lower our CPMs, our CPCs, and ultimately improve our return on ad spend, which is the most important metric when we're running Facebook ads, and especially when we're running Instagram post ads. This is a very simple two-step process. All we are doing is first taking our most dominant Instagram posts and we are making ads out of them in a conversion-based campaign. Second, once we figure out what creatives are working, we are actually leveraging our creative team to make more of that creative independent from the Instagram feed. Never stop posting on your Instagram channel and always use those creatives in your ads. You've already made them, you've already taken the time to post them, and they have engagement. All things that take so much precious time away from when we're running new creatives and building new creatives. If strategies like this are helpful, and if you think this is unique to what you're already doing and you're spending $30,000 or more in advertising, hit us up at themoonlighters.co and we'll see if we could work together. If you're under $30,000 in spend, implement this strategy and the dozens of other strategies that we have on this YouTube channel into your ads. And when you get to 30K a month, hit us up for more detailed strategy and really deep dives of everything that we're doing together. I'll see you guys in the next one.